Yeah, I really got to tell you, I am so excited to work with you. I don't have anybody like you on my roster.
Oh, that's great to hear. I'm excited to be here.
I do have a question for you, though. The suit. Are you married to it, or...?
It's kind of stuck on me, like, permanent.
That's good stuff. Is it? Hey, where's the suit? It's finally gone, right? They have to see the end of the show.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, we're back here. Episode 89, A Toy Kind of Mood, Power Morphicon, Power Week, the Power Week that was. And I'm here with a very special guest, a little buddy of mine at the acting school, Anthony Gilardi. Shout out to him. And it's my man, Noah Barron. What's going on, dude?
What's up, man?
What's up? And I think I got you. All right. Oh, I thought I had a little freeze action. You did some morphin powers, but I think our Wi-Fi is okay.
I feel like you had a little freeze action. I wasn't sure who was having the freeze action.
Oh, okay. Was it a little freeze action? Was it me on the freeze action?
How am I looking now?
Here, how you looking now? Of course, pretty as ever. Hey, man, how is life after Power Rangers? Tell us.
Man, what a life after Power Rangers Morphicon.
Yeah, exactly. Get right into it, dude.
It's good. It's good. It was my first convention ever of my entire life, not just
no way.
Morphicon. Yeah. And when I told people that at the convention, you know, their heads exploded in front of me, and I had to explain why. And it just, I don't know. I've never been like a huge con guy, obviously. And this was a no-brainer. I didn't know I was going to go until a few days before, and I requested tickets or, you know, like a press badge, and they granted it to me within 24 hours. And I was like, well, I don't have to buy tickets. I guess I have to go to this thing. And a buddy of mine had already booked a hotel room. So I was like, hey, can I split it with you for one night? And he said yes. So I shacked up with him, and yeah, it was crazy. It was surreal. It was a blast.
And
I had my fix.
You said it was a lot, though, especially your first convention. It's going to be kind of overwhelming, right?
I mean, everything about it. It's just like all of the Rangers are there, right? And not just that, because these are people I've been communicating with on Instagram. Like, I've talked to these people. I've had phone calls with a lot of the Rangers since doing Life After Power Rangers. Like, they've reached out to me. I've reached out to them. So these Power Rangers, who I watch on television, come up to me and give me a hug. And I'm like, this is awesome. And then not only that, there's toys. There's so many toys there. So it's just, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot going on.
That's what's up. Yeah, I was going to say, you kind of have a Power Morphicon right there in your office. That's an impressive collection. No, every single thing there.
Oh, my God. There. Yeah, it's like the whole room.
So every single thing there is Power Rangers, or is
no? So everything here is Power Rangers. Everything here is Funko Pop.
Okay, because I was like, I think I see like some kind of Spider-Man and stuff. So
yeah, yeah. So there and below is all Funko Power Rangers.
But still, it's pretty mighty. It's pretty mighty. So we'll bring
it's
up
only growing too. So
hell yeah. So there is you having a very first fun inaugural convention, having a good time. I'm going to ask you about some of the folks that you got to meet. And over there at the convention. So
I want to give a shout out to I'm gonna butcher his last name, but Victor is his name on Instagram. My shirt that I'm wearing, he created that for me. Without me asking. Once Life After Power Rangers came out, he sent this design to me. I actually have the sticker of it right here because I am obsessed with it. And
yeah, let's get it. Oh my goodness, dude.
Yeah. So he made this for me. He made like a more simplistic version of it. And then a few years later, he decided to update it. And then I asked him for a full body of it, and he sent that. And I made it into a shirt for the convention, and I love it. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite pieces that a fan has made. This is Robbie.
Okay, so all right, let's see. I'll go through. Was that any of these guys?
No, so Victor. No, sorry. Victor lives in like the Philippines.
Oh, okay. No worries.
The guy you had up in the gold costume, that's Robbie.
Okay, that's Robbie.
Yeah, he's Geek Level Asian on Instagram, and I met him through Instagram, and a really, I should have showed this to you beforehand, but a really brilliant graphic design artist drew a bunch of Power Ranger fans who either do cosplay or pretend to be Power Rangers or do series as Power Rangers. And National Power Rangers Day a few years ago, I woke up to this amazing piece of me and like 4 or 5 other creators, and Robbie was one of them. I'll show it to you after this, but it was a really cool piece. It's on my Instagram, and Robbie was one of the other 5 in that. So it was really great to meet him.
Beautiful. And while we're at it, it's like, well, there it is. There's the Instagram. We'll definitely promote that towards the end, but for any of those who want to know, that's there. You can find Noah Barron. So of course we're talking about life after Power Rangers, and where did the idea come from originally? I mean, you're obviously a Power Ranger buff, and but how did you combine this with, like, because the crazy thing was how meta it was with the acting school, and of course I saw some of my own acting coaches in it, and then, you know, fellow students from the past and present there. So how did this all come about, man?
So I've been working with a buddy of mine named Jay Diaz for about 11 years now. He and I did the first big project we worked on was Captain Planet trailer, which is a gritty live action Captain Planet reboot trailer. Nice. And I played Wheeler. I was a producer in it, and it hit about 15 million views overnight almost. And yeah, it went crazy viral. It got us in a lot of doors. We had a lot of meetings about it. And I did that with him. And then he and I would work on multiple series. He's a brilliant director and writer and editor and shooter. So we do a lot of web series together, a lot of projects, a lot of paid gigs, like for other companies. I remember one day I was editing in my office, and I got a text from him saying, we should do a Power Rangers web series where you play a Power Ranger. And I stopped editing. I called him. I was like, Jay, don't play with my emotions. If you are serious, I will buy a suit right now. And he goes, yeah, let's shoot 1 episode and see what we think. That's all I needed. I purchased the suit from China. I had already gotten the helmet from my mother for Christmas that year. Put it all together. That's the actual helmet that I wear in it.
Oh, no shit. That's cool.
I put it all together, sent him a photo, and we shot the pilot.
No way. Oh, yeah. Man. Do you actually have the suit near you where you could grab it? Or
it's in my bedroom.
Oh, you know what? Why don't I play everyone 17-second clip and see how fast you can get it?
I'm going to get it now.
If you can, if you want.
I haven't taken it out in a while. I can go try.
Let's try it. I'll play a clip for the audience right now. And if not, you'll come back with nothing. You'll still be my hero.
It's not going to be a very interesting thing. It's just me holding up a suit, but I'm ready to go.
We're here. Let's do it. Let's play a clip.
Go for it.
We'll be right back, guys.
It's really music to my ears. There are times I want to jump on in, get wet, but can't for obvious reasons. And hey, why not clean the environment while you're at it, right?
This web series is tremendous, everybody. Go see it. It's life after Power Rangers, and what do you know, right on cue, he's got the suit.
Got the suit. I don't have the shoes. These I glued on because they kept falling off during shooting.
Oh, man.
That's the suit.
Dude, I gotta say, it looks more impressive on you. When you just hold it up, it's like,
it's a piece of spandex.
I know. Well, hey, you're a vegan, or you are playing a vegan? Is that how'd you stay in shape?
God, did I play a vegan? I'm not a vegan.
Okay, yeah, you were like non-GMO. That was one of the funniest.
Oh, non-GMO, gluten-free. That was kind of a meta joke because my wife and I are very, very strict about our health regimen and what we eat, and we are all those, like, we are non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, organic, blah blah blah, hippie LA stuff. So that was like an inside jab at me from Jay because he thinks I'm ridiculous. So that was a little inside joke.
I won't say that, but you can. Hey, speaking of ridiculous, you in the basketball game, and this is represent, right? Look, I'm wearing Pierce. There's a reason I'm wearing.
Wasn't I wearing Pierce?
You were.
Yeah, because I have that jersey. Dude, okay, so real quick. First of all, the guy who played the Black Ranger is Courtney Richards. He's a brilliant actor.
He's funny and really good. Yeah, really good actor.
He's massive in the commercial world. He's in like every national commercial. He's incredible.
Mhm.
I couldn't make a single shot when we were there. I was warming up. I was trying to get the hang of because like that helmet is awful. You can't see anything. It's all foggy. With my arms up, I'm missing every single shot. We roll. I hit 4 shots in a row from like 3 points. What you see in the episode was he cut it up to make it fly faster, but those were in a row, nonstop. That was my actual reaction of hitting them because I didn't hit a single one when we were trying to do it.
Oh, man. Are you a baller though, or were you?
No, absolutely not. I'm a white Jewish guy. What do you think?
I played a little ball in my day, but not anymore. I got a hoop over here though. If you're ever in the neighborhood,
we're too old for that, man. Come
put on the suit, and we'll give it a shot. I'll wear like a Wolverine costume, and you can wear a Green Ranger and a.
We will go
We got
viral.
a sequel. We got a sequel. So look, PowerCon. Did you? I mean, it's your first convention. Did you splurge? Did you buy? Like, what'd you spend? About $2,000 on stuff? What'd you do?
Yeah, $6,000.
$6,000.
No,
wow, that's a lot of money from YouTube.
I spent
need that kind of money.
$55 total.
55?
$55. I almost bought. So this is the Dragon Dagger. Oh God, this is so hard to do. What am I doing?
Just use the Morpho powers, man. You got this.
That's the Ranger Dragon Dagger flute thing. If Ranger fans are listening, they're gonna be like, "No, it's called the blah blah blah." Anyway,
we hope they're listening and giving you hell.
I hope they're listening and
good for our channel.
Crap for not knowing anything. They made that, I think, in 2014 at the San Diego Comic-Con. They made that in 24 karat gold, and it's going for like $3,000 on eBay. And I've been looking at $3,000, and I've been looking at it for years. And this one vendor had it. It was the first one I've ever seen in real life, and it was $1,600. And I discovered about an hour before I was leaving, and I didn't get up the courage. I don't know if courage is the right word, but I knew my wife would divorce me if I got it. I still debated it. Long story, terrible story short, I didn't buy it. I did buy these cool pins. They're like
no, those are cool.
Yeah, they're kind of like
big. Is that big or just you putting it in the?
No, they're huge.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, those are
they're an interesting interpretation. I thought they're like kind of mechanical, really clean lines.
Mm-hmm.
So these I plan on actually breaking off these back pieces and gluing them or taping them to the corresponding Ranger. Yeah. I think they're pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with them.
Yeah, and you're still married because you bought those and not the golden dagger thing.
$55 is okay. She still was like, "Why did you buy these? You've never bought pins in your life." I'm like, I need to. It's
you
funny.
You have to come home with something at your first convention. Something.
After the first night, I said to my buddy Chris, I was like, okay, tomorrow I have to spend a lot more money. Because I was like, I'm here, I'm at the con. Like, I need to, like, these are all the things I like see on eBay or see online that I can finally purchase. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, what shelf space do I have? Like, this is, I don't get more than this.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look at that. That's something else. So I deal with that every day, man. I'm just like, what do I do with this stuff? So it's tough when you're at Target almost 3 times a week and you're coming home with something that's like, you're lucky. You only really collect Power Rangers. I mean, imagine.
That's what I was gonna say. I see you posting about everything, and I'm like, I would hate if I was obsessed with more things because I would go crazy. Like, I'm a completionist, and I would want everything.
But yeah, it's finally getting to the point where there is no room, and now I'm like, all right, I have to trim it down to my favorite things. I think it was like the pandemic. We had the whatever, the money that came in and all that, and we're kind of home and quarantined, and then the stuff we want doesn't ship on time. So we're like, I went to 5 Targets today because nothing else is open. We're not allowed to do anything. So I'm gonna get into Transformers. I'm gonna get into Marvel, and then it's just an earthquake shattering my dreams.
So, or you could just become like a millionaire and buy a massive house and just have rooms for different figures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either stop what you're doing or just go even harder.
Go hard or go home, right? That's how we do. That's what we do at
say.
Anthony Gilardi's school. You go hard or you go home.
Gilardi Acting Studio.
That's right. I'll let you say it. And look, there was more that at the Power Morphicon, and we'll show some of your buds. So who's this?
This is Sean. He has a podcast called Power Rangers. I believe it's called Power Rangers in Cyberspace. And they interviewed me about 2 years ago when the series came out. And then we did a live recording when we were at the con about the con. So that should come out any day now, actually.
All right, there you go. Promoted it. And then there you go.
This is Patrick David. He played the Psycho Red Ranger in, I believe, Power Rangers in Space. This guy has been one of the more supportive Rangers, like one of the actors who has just been awesome. We message from time to time, and I finally met him. He was one of the Rangers who came over to me as I was coming over to him, and hugged it out, took a bunch of photos together. He just posted about me 10 minutes before this started. And he lives close to me, so he and I are gonna catch up for sure.
That's lovely. And our final one.
This is Daniel Diaz, I believe is his full name. He goes by Hawthorne Baby on Instagram. He has been a fan for a while now. Really great guy. He follows me and my wife. He's very supportive. He's a great guy. And I saw him walking. He was wearing the helmet, and he stops in front of me with the helmet on. He takes it off and gives me this big hug. He was like, "I'm only taking this off for you." And I took this photo to send to my wife because I was just excited to finally meet him.
Oh, that's very cool.
He's a great guy.
We'll close out with Morphicon and Life After Power Rangers, but I do want to ask you about some current happenings in the world of Power Rangers. So they just announced the 30th season of Power Rangers. It is Cosmic Fury. Of course, they have Dino Fury. So if you want to talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I haven't done my due diligence with this. I kind of have. No one knows. I mean, there's leaks and stuff, but like what this will be adapted from. There's so much speculation with if this is the very last Sentai adaptation, if they're going to move to purely Netflix, if they're going to stop their partnership with the Sentai adaptations and they're just going to go like straight American made new footage, which I think would be crazy, but that's the rumors I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big question is, how is Entwistle and Simon Bennett, how are they tying this into the Power Rangers universe, right? They want to be the new MCU, like, Game of Thrones and everything wants to be the new MCU, clearly.
Right. Of
course.
So
I have some insider information that I'm not allowed to share.
Not even on a toy kind of mood. Come on, we get insider information. You know who we
I've
are.
been holding this information for 2 years now. I haven't told anyone, and I'm going to keep it that way. But I'm very excited to see what the franchise does in the next 6 months to 2 years. Very excited.
Very cool. And normally, no, I don't do the Power Ranger episodes on a toy kind of movie. We haven't done any actually in a long time. Shout out to Dave Story. He's our resident Power Ranger guy. He's got a crazy work schedule, so it's hard for him to ever do the shows. But I did say, there is something I love. It's comics. It was a recommendation from Dave, and it was the Power Rangers and the Split series with Mighty Morphin, and the writer of them is Ryan Parrott. And now there is a new writer on Mighty Morphin now. I believe it's Matt Groom, but he still does Power Rangers, and I think they're up to 22. You want to talk to me about Ryan? You met him.
Yeah, so we have a mutual friend, and I went up to Ryan at the con. He was there, obviously, and I shook his hand and I said, "Hey, Ryan, you might not know me. My name's Noah Barron." And he's like, "Why does that name sound familiar?" I'm like, "Well, we have a mutual friend, and I did this series called Life After Power Rangers. He goes, "Wait, was that with you dressed as the Green Ranger?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." He goes, "Oh my God, you're Noah Barron. I know of you. I've heard of you. I've watched your series. It's hilarious, man."
Awesome.
And we just kind of kicked it. You know, I only talked to him for like 10 minutes, and I meant to go back and say bye to him. I just friended him again before this call or this podcast, because I just so many people I met that I now want to connect to. He also lives in LA, so I hope to grab coffee with him. He was really cool. I mean, he was just a really chill, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
Clearly very talented.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the comic's fun, and you know what? The show is always like super campy, and it's hard for non-Power Ranger fans to get into it. And during the pandemic, I watched a lot of the Essentials, but I was like, the comic has a great balance of for kids and adults. It's dark, but the artwork is so good. I'll rattle off some names because I feel like botching stuff, so let's do it. Marco Renna, Walter Baiamonte, Francisco Mortorino, and Raul Angelo. Yeah, but anyway, those are the artists. They're fantastic. The artwork is tremendous, and the stories are great. Ryan's a great writer.
Yeah, I would be surprised if that is not the route that they should and will go moving forward with the fandom, because it is a whole other level than what the campy TV show is now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I got to ask you before you run, what is your holy grail? I mean, we see that maybe the whole collection is, right? But do you have anything specifically that you want to show us that you're just most proud of as a Ranger fan?
So if I weren't an idiot and I had spent $1,600, I would be showing that piece off. But because I didn't spend $1,600, it's a toss-up for me. The Dragon Dagger that I'm going to try and point out again has always been a huge favorite, and that's the Legacy, not the Legacy version, it's the Bandai version. Power Blaster and Saba, those are all like the most screen accurate working ones, and they're heavy. They're a lot of detail. They're really, really cool. I think the helmet has a very special place in my heart because I wore it for the entire Life After Power Rangers series, and the helmet and I formed a really great bond. And then,
of course,
I really like this guy. He was like $150 from Ace Toys. He's like a realistic screen accurate version of Tommy. And then lastly, these two. Oh God, this is so hard, guys. These two. This and this. I'm going to butcher this. I think it's called like the Shogun Japanese versions. They're die-cast metal. And they all connect and they come apart and they're heavy and they look realistic. Yeah, all those. I feel like if we have time, I should probably briefly mention why and how I have this collection, why I'm so obsessed with Power Rangers.
No, I'm good. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Noah.
Good. Thanks. Gotta go walk my dog, so I'm just gonna go.
Bye.
So when I was 6 years old, or 9 years old, I really fell in love with Power Rangers, and I wanted to be one. And I remember pretending to be a Power Ranger with my best girlfriend at the time on her trampoline. I went to my mom. I said, I want to be a Power Ranger. And I found out that the only way to become Power Ranger is to learn how to act. So I joined an acting community in Boston at age 9. I started acting when I was 9 years old in Boston, literally in Boston. I did 13 plays there. That led me to go to arts camp. That led me to get my degree in theater from American University, led me to Los Angeles. So the Power Rangers, like, most people are like, I saw, Sean Penn in this thing or Brad Pitt. I'm like, no, it was the Power Rangers for me. That's my story of an artist and an actor. So
beautiful.
This like some of these toys, the originals like that is from 94. These are from when I was a child. The open figures are pretty much from when I was a kid, and I've had them for 20 years, almost 20 years now. So that's why I wanted to be an actor and pursue this thing. So Life After Power Rangers was really full circle for me.
But you can't beat my holy grail. I don't care what you say. This is my holy grail because it is the only Power Ranger figure I have. Hey, Team Green, baby.
That's that.
Team Green.
That's that one.
Yeah.
Lightning
that
collection, right, Tommy?
Lightning is the new one.
Or
You know
is
what?
it this one?
Let's see.
I have 3 Tommy Lightning collection. I have that one, and that one.
Well, whatever one it is, this one's better than all of them because it's the only one I have. So, sorry, buddy.
Congratulations.
No. It's like one of those like pandemic hunting things. And I'm like, I always like Tommy. I'm not a Power Ranger guy, but I can't find the Star Wars G.I. Joe figures I really want. And I don't want to leave without anything, but I really like it's awesome. So
Yeah.
it's a great figure.
Yeah, Lightning collection's dope.
Tommy rules. Man.
I don't think you understand how difficult this pointing thing is. I'm kind of getting the hang of it now, but it is messing with my head and I don't know why.
You're going to have
that very clear.
It's a shattered grid. You're going to have nightmares over it. Man, you have anything else you want to add about Life After Power Rangers before we fly out of here? Or Morphicon? Any closing thoughts?
Morphicon was amazing, and having people come up to me and give me hugs or shake my hand or introduce themselves, and me have to say, you know, I'm sorry, who are you? How do you know me? And people to be like, I watch Life After Power Ranger. I've been following you. It's very crazy, and I mean this in the least egotistical way, even though I'm wildly egotistical, as are you, or actors. But it was really, really cool, and it made me want to get back in the green suit so much that I texted Jay Diaz the other day and I said, "Hey, I want to do one last video." And I'm in a good mood, and he said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So gearing up to do that.
Yeah, exclusive, baby. A toy kind of mood. It's what we're known for. You heard it first.
Besides you and Jay, of course, and my wife, and everyone else.
And everyone else, and the, you know, the LA Times and Entertainment Weekly, and
they did an exclusive with me.
Hollywood Reporter. Dude, this has been fun. You know what? I want people to go and watch this right now. Well, after our next guest, we got about another 20-30 minutes of this with MCUcollector24. So don't go anywhere. But after this, after the whole Power Ranger show, Morphicon show, go over to Life After Power Rangers, and you can find it right here. There it is, at Noah Baron on
Make
YouTube.
sure to start at episode 1.
Yeah, and it's tricky. Don't just let it play, because after 1, 2, 3, it was like episode 5's coming up. I was like, no, I gotta go back and then go in episode 4.
Oh,
so yeah.
Under the playlists, I do have a Life After Power Rangers playlist. So if they click on that and watch it there, it will go in order.
Even better. And then they can also find you right here, once again, on your Instagram, and you have a bunch of Power Ranger stuff and actor stuff there too, and they can watch the Ranger Life, watch that story. Right? Anything else you want to add?
I guess my closing statement is, you know, when you pulled up that my thumbnails for Life After Power Rangers, I should mention that the coolest part about it was that David Yost, the original Blue Ranger, and Walter Jones, the original Black Ranger, are both in the series. And that happened by me sending them the pilot on Instagram. I just slid into their DMs. I said, here's the pilot. I'm sure you get asked to do stuff like this all the time. If you have any interest in helping out with this, let me know. And they were both like, yeah, I'm in. When do you need me?
That's so cool. I met Walter once. I was a doorman at a bar here in the Valley, and he was on a date or hanging out with a friend or whatever. And yeah, that was cool. So
yeah, I think he lives in the Valley.
Yeah, there you go. Don't we all? Where do you live?
I live in the Valley.
What's your address? I want that collection. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, for sure. Let me just tell the world.
The
world is watching this, by the way.
It will really end up a lightning collection. Be gone in a flash.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're done, dude. Noah, it's been a blast. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. And yeah, we got another second after this, so stay tuned for Toy Kind of Mood. I'm Travis Moody. It's Noah Baron. Life After Power Rangers. Go watch it. YouTube. See ya.
It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Defenders of Earth. The Power Rangers are driven by the power of the ancient dinosaurs. Lately, evil space aliens have become a real safety hazard. Earth's only hope, the Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah? No one can stop us. Just let them try. Okay.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
And here we are, back again in the second half of episode 89, Power Morphicon. Again, I'm Travis Moody, and I'm here with a special guest, the MCUcollector24. How you's doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Good, man. So yeah, it's crazy because you're the MCU collector. Why'd you name yourself that, and how'd that get there?
No fancy story or anything, but there was I think it's like the Marvelous News forums or something. It said create a screen name. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And at the time I was only collecting MCU figures, so then it just was like, okay, well that's easy. Just kind of happened.
Yeah, and it's funny. Our resident Power Ranger dude, shout out to Dave, couldn't be here for this stream, but he only collected MCU Marvel Legends, but now he's like, but this, but that, but that. And I'm like, at this point, you just collect Marvel Legends.
Right. That's what it evolved. You know, you try to only collect a certain thing, and then all it just all goes to hell, and you just get everything. Like now, it's every single Marvel Legends, every single Power Rangers Lightning collection, every single G.I. Joe classified, some Star Wars Black Series, and it's just like, oh man, what have I done?
Yep. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I was like happy to finally see some of these in Target right now. But we're not here to talk Star Wars. We're here to talk Power Rangers, of course. And how would you like? What is your love of Power Rangers compared to Marvel?
So Power Rangers, my love for Power Rangers was actually first, I think, before Marvel.
Interesting.
Because I don't remember, my years are going to be all weird. I don't remember what year the Spider-Man animated series had come out. But Power Rangers was what, 93, right? So I think I may have watched Power Rangers first, because I remember second grade being a big Power Rangers fan, getting all of the toys and everything. And it was just like the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. So that's cool that we come full circle. And you went to Power Morphicon as well as Noah. So shout out to Noah Barron, who did the first half, of course, from Life After Power Rangers. Highly recommended if you have not seen his web series.
Kind of cut out a bit. What?
It didn't know if you heard me. I was asking you if you saw Life After Power Rangers on YouTube, the web series.
I haven't. I have not.
Oh yeah, dude. It's there's like 6 episodes or 5 minutes long, and it is hilarious. So shout out to Noah who did the first half. But how's your Power Morphicon?
So
be honest, man.
So
kind of mood.
so from because I'm not real connected to the Power Rangers community. And I think because of that, I didn't have the best of times at Power Morphicon. And silly me, I should have known better, because it's Power Morphicon. It's all about Power Rangers. So going into it, not being like a current season fan or even of the most recent seasons and things like that, it wasn't as much fun as it could be. So I think for those that, absolutely love Power Rangers, watched every season and did all those things, it would be so cool for them. They would have the best time ever. For me, it was a little bit different. I went because Kyle, that works, he's the product design for Super7. He had asked me if I wanted to go out there and check it out. So I was like, you know what? I'll go down and check it out. Plus, I do like Power Rangers. So I took a chance with it, but for me, I did it in a few hours and I was good. Now, if I wanted to pay for autograph signings over and over again for these different actors from all these different seasons, wait in the lines, pay for the photo ops and all of that, it would be awesome. Just sure. that sort of thing isn't for me.
No, absolutely. I got you, man. Look, let's get right into why you're here, right? So it's I mean, your toys, your reviews are awesome. Go check it out. We'll have your YouTube, your Instagram at the end of the show, but it's MCUcollector24 on both. But
let's talk about this Hasbro Pulse Fanstream. First of all, what'd you think of the Fanstream, or actually their Power Week? What'd you think of what Hasbro did?
I think it was a long time coming to actually show some love to Power Rangers, because it seems like Hasbro just has not been doing anything for Lightning Collection, like at all. So it was nice to see that they're actually doing something and building a little bit of consistency, you know, with who they have to host. So it looks like they have a market, whoever it is in marketing, that's somebody that's going to be on every time that they do it, because before it was just kind of this person was different from one to the next, and so far it's like 2 in a row that Pam is on there. So I love when there's some consistency in it,
right,
and what they're doing. So that was really nice to see.
Awesome.
And then any reveals were really cool, even though 2 of them have already released overseas.
Yeah, it's always a problem with everything is the leaks. They can't go. Hasbro just cannot control it.
Yeah, but you would think they would know that, hey, the figures like it's ready from the factory. Let's get in front of this and do an announcement. And they just didn't. And I get they knew that they were going to have the Power Week coming up, but you know, even still, like, come on. So
you know what? There was some cool stuff. Now I'm definitely not even anywhere on the scope of being a Power Ranger guy. I'm the host of this show, but I have been reading the comics. The Boom comics are awesome. But man, there was a couple figures that I adore because I love the crossover stuff. I grabbed the Ninja Turtle stuff for my niece, and I thought that was cool. But we have this, and it is really cool. You want to talk about that Crimson Hawk Ryu?
Yeah, so it's originally based on a Bat in the Sun production. They're the ones that do like those fan produced movies. So there was like that Batman one that was real popular, but they also did like the versus stuff. So there was the Green Ranger versus Ryu. And I think that's where this kind of had started, the whole crossover with Street Fighter thing. So it's pretty cool. I think the figure looks awesome though. I can't wait to get it. Looks really, really nice. The effect pieces are really, really cool too.
Super dope. Where are you gonna get your head sculpt if you want one? I think Jada's doing a 6-inch line, right? And it's not so as expensive as like say like a Storm Collectibles. Are you gonna do some flip flop and kit bashing?
No, I'm not somebody that does kit bashing or anything. Like people get mad at my reviews, like you didn't do a head swap. I'm like, most of these head swaps do not make sense to me. So I just don't do it. They're like, why wouldn't you put the MCU Peter Parker on the comic Spider-Man body? I'm like, because one's movie, one's comic. Like they don't go hand in hand. So I tend to not do that kind of thing. So, but when the Jada Toys comes out with one, you know, if they come out around the same time, you know, maybe I would try it. But I don't know that I'm going to get those Jada Toys figures, even though they look really nice.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when we're off the air, when we're done, I'll show you how my Marvel thing is. You're gonna you might barf.
Oh yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, my OCD. Why is that part with that?
Dude, yeah. Unreal. But here's another cool one, the Blazing Phoenix Chun-Li.
Yeah, that is awesome. That effect piece alone right there
so cool.
Is so cool that they actually did something like that to kind of show her kicks. So really cool. I like that. It looks like her legs, and it's all new, so I can't say for sure, but they're thicker legs.
Muscular,
she has very muscular legs. So it looks like they use like male body legs for her, which I think was great that they change it up a little bit with, because Lightning Collection, the female figures, they're very thin, proportionally on the arms and the legs. So it's nice to see that they didn't go that route with her.
Yeah, absolutely. So now she's more of a warrior than, some actress that's cute and does karate. So it's cool that we got like a awesome looking, and that's just that whole sculpt right there. That's really cool. The design and nice shine on the gold belts and everything. I love it. The details really cool. And I'm not a big Power Ranger fan, but I am a humongous Street Fighter fan. And so when you add the two, it's a no-brainer for me. So definitely going to be grabbing these if I can.
There you go. And they teased more to come, right? Like in the video game, they are the only two that have morphed versions. So will we see other characters that aren't morphed released in the Power Rangers line?
Yeah. No, actually, it's funny because I didn't catch that at first, but then I was like, yeah, because those are the only two right in the video game as well. So now you got, maybe an M. Bison type or we got to go with some baddies, right? So
yeah, they got to do somebody, right?
That's cool. All right, let's talk Lightning Collection. Let's see what we got here. All right, there's some stuff, but let's get right into the specifics. All right, Snizzard.
Yeah, I don't remember this villain from the show at all. Like, I don't. But I think I saw somewhere somebody mentioned that this is the monster that Bryan Cranston voiced.
Oh my goodness, then it's pretty iconic then.
So, yeah, so then they would have to do it, right? But man, I really don't remember this villain at all. Like, I'm like, who is that? But he looks cool. They hide the joints really well. Like this whole time I'm thinking, man, he doesn't even have bendable knees, like no knee joints. But they are there. You just can't really see them. So
look at that. Cool. That's really cool. That's if like you just fed your plants way too much.
Yeah.
Like, get this water out of my face, man. Oh, right. That's awesome. Oh, I love the arms, the little weed snakes in there. Yeah, that's cool. It's really cool. I'm not like, again, it's hard for me. I'm not attached to these things, but you know, just looking at the design, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
All right, what else? We got Time Force Blue up. I believe
so. That's pretty cool. I didn't watch the Time Force season. I watched a couple of episodes and it was pretty good. But it's nice to see another member of the Time Force team because we have Time Force Red, but that was like 2 years ago that it came out or something crazy. That it's just taken this long to get another Time Force Ranger out, and I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's because it's
nice,
not a
simple
Disney
design that season.
It's not a Disney product, so it's going to take a little longer as we sell. But a lot of people were it was funny in the because I'm so obviously just so fully enthralled in the G.I. Joe community. But you know, whenever there's a vehicle, it's like, would you buy this for your Joes and repaint it? I'm like, look at that thing. You guys were mad at those Nerf guns, and you're going to go buy that Vector cycle? What's wrong with you, dude?
Right. That would make no sense at all.
No, not at all. But it's
cool. Look at those guns.
What's that again?
But look at those guns. Those look pretty cool.
Right. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, not bad. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, the guns are cool. The guns do fit. But as far as the cycle, I mean, unless we're getting into the 90s G.I. Joe, that's a big no. So actually, just to let everyone know, the 4 items we saw are all going to be retailing for $33.99, and they all come out in February. Rio has a chance of January. Of course, you and I talked about this. This stuff could get pushed up till October, November. You know, who the hell knows with these release dates from Hasbro?
Yeah, they could be available like next week for all we know. They just it's all over the place, and I get people ask about this all the time. Like when I get a figure, like, how did you get it? Mine's not coming until November. It's like, well, yeah, my order said November also, but it got shipped now because all those pre-order dates are all placeholder dates. Guaranteed buy or a worst case scenario buy date. Like, don't trust any of the release dates on anything. You know, the Disney Plus Marvel Legends, everyone's like, they don't come out till March 2023. I'm like, my Amazon order says Miss Marvel's coming out September 5th, which may not actually happen, but it's about the time that it should release. Like tomorrow, we're going to start to see that wave in hands in the Asian markets. Like already in Singapore, it's planned. Was it Singapore? Yeah, Singapore. They already know that they are going to have them September 1st. So don't trust any pre-order date. Know that they will release before those dates on everything.
Absolutely. And here we go. We got more. We got the Dino Thunder Yellow Ranger. Any comment on that? I know it looks pretty cool sculpt.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. This is one that released a couple of months ago in China already. So it's cool that we're doing it. And then she actually finishes the team for Dino Thunder, which was a Disney season, but it was also had, you know, Tommy. No, we don't get to finish the team yet. Sorry. Black Ranger, Tommy Oliver still needs to get released, and then that team will be complete. So one step closer. And then fun fact, the actress, she was actually in the Cloak and Dagger series that was on, what's that channel called? It used to be ABC Family. I forget what it's called now. Freeform. She was in that show.
Yeah, I didn't hate that show. It was decent.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. It wasn't too bad. All right. And now we got Wild Force Blue Ranger. I love that. I love that sculpt. It's fun.
The shark helmet. Yeah, I don't know anything about this season, but he does look pretty cool. It's a very interesting helmet, I will say.
Yeah, it's really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah.
And that's another one that actually got released overseas a couple of months ago. In fact, somebody had one of these figures at Power Morphicon and got it signed by the actor.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
See, sometimes it's worth paying that extra. Like what we talked about.
For something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Something like that. All right. And then, so this is actually, I believe, the one that completes the Beast Morphers, right? Is that what
does?
What
and
it
it's
was? Yeah, okay.
it's about time. I don't understand why Hasbro took so long. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And like Dino Fury, the season's essentially ending. Why have they only released one figure from that season? And then Beast Morphers was like their first Hasbro season, and it's taken this one 2 years to come out compared to all the other ones. It doesn't make sense. It's awesome that she's finally coming out, and she's going to have double jointed elbows and pinless and all of that. So she gets all the benefit of all those upgrades, but it's just crazy that it's so late.
Super cool. Let's see what else we got. All right. And we got the Dino Charge Blue Ranger.
I think he's a big deal. He's popped up in a bunch of other seasons. I think Coda is the character's name. So it'll be cool to get that because, I mean, I think he was in Beast Morphers. He may have even shown up in Dino Fury. He's like all over the place. So he's one that, you know, you can put in with different special, like those episodes where you get a bunch of different Rangers and things like that.
All right. And on to Super 7. Now you went to the panel. Now I'll let everyone know. If you want to watch the full panel, you recorded it. And that's where I thank you, because I think that was the first time I reached out to you was during Comic-Con. I gave up my badge to a fellow a Toy Kind of Mood person for the Marvel panel so I could go do an errand. And I was watching it walking down in the gas lamp. So it was like, nice. So thanks to your stream. And then also, yeah, I went back and got to see the G.I. Joe one. The audio, though, need a little work there.
It was tough. I was far back in the G.I. Joe panel. It was tough. And then my arm was getting all tired from holding it up for an hour and everything.
No. But you did the Lord's work that day for sure, my friend. So that was great. All right, let's talk. I don't have a whole lot of slides, but you could just kind of mention a couple things. And there's some stuff from Super 7. So if you want to just talk about that, and I got a couple of the reaction slides as well. So what'd you see there?
So Super 7, it was really cool because Kyle, you know, I know him through Instagram and stuff. Really cool guy. So he's the product designer for all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff with Super 7, the reaction and the Ultimates and stuff. The Ultimates, because it's a 7-inch scale and I don't have a lot of experience with Super 7, I did initially was like, yeah, I'm good with my Lightning collection. But seeing these things in hand, like he showed them during the panel. I got a sneak peek before at the booth, but they were really cool to see in hand because that T-Rex sword was amazing. Like, holy moly, no toy company in the history of Power Rangers have given a Zord with this much articulation and movement and to be able to use a Zord by itself. Now it doesn't transform to be in combine or anything like that. So it's easier for the Zord to move around and stuff. But it's really awesome. I got to play around with it a little bit. The articulation is great. You can kind of lean him forward like a T-Rex should, or you can stand him up like a guy in a suit would be. They did a great job with the Zord, and I don't think anybody should pass on the T-Rex Zord, the Dragon Zord, and the Megazord. I would not pass up on any of those.
And the cool thing about those is that they can still scale with your Lightning collection because, you know.
They're a little bit bigger, but rightfully so, right?
Right, they should be.
Yeah, and Power Rangers, the Lightning collection monsters they're doing them in a 7-inch scale already anyway. So that scale is going to work perfectly with the Super 7 stuff. And then the Super 7 Rangers are the 7-inch scale, so they'll scale well with Lightning collection monsters and everything. And those things are going to be loaded with accessories. It's going to be crazy. They're not as articulated, but the accessories are going to be pretty crazy.
that's definitely where Super 7 does excel. So we got some reaction stuff. So this stuff is actually, I'm not a big reaction. Even all those GI Joes, I'm like, I can't pay that. But you know what? These are really well done.
Yeah, so they're really expensive. I think more than they should be, but this was an exclusive to Power Morphicon, so I had to pick up the exclusive, that one, and the Dragon Zord in the black and gold. But one thing, if you watch the Super 7 panel, they kind of talk about it that Power Rangers fans, I think kind of some of the older fans would be kind of my age, having watched it when it was new, growing up with it. The old school retro figures of the 70s, 80s kind of thing, we weren't really around for that, so we don't share the same love for this style of action figure. And Kyle actually explains that really well during the panel, and it got me thinking, like, oh, you know what, that makes sense. So with Power Rangers, what they did is they wanted to put as much detail into the figure as they could while still keeping it in a retro style figure, which I have one of the waves of the reaction figures, and it's true, they put a lot of detail into the figures.
No, that's tremendous. Dude, I think that's what we got so far, but you have any kind of aspirations, or what do you want to see next from Lightning Collection and from Super 7 with the Ultimate Power Rangers?
Ooh, let's start with Super 7. Continue on with that. I'm ready for whatever Super 7's going to bring. They only have the Mighty Morphin license, so no Zeo, no Turbo, or any of those later seasons. So they can do a bunch of stuff with Mighty Morphin, but whatever Zord type stuff, I'm all for. Of course, they're going to get to Rangers, and there's a bunch of villains that would be cool. Not that I have any particular love for any of the monsters of the week, but I'm sure they're going to get to all of the top ones, so I'm not real concerned there. But Lightning Collection, they're putting in a lot of love into Mighty Morphin, which is cool, but I'd love to see them do Megazords, like non-combining Megazords in the scale of the monsters, so the monsters can fight a Megazord. I would love to see them do that. If they're doing the deluxe stuff with one figure, one vehicle, and a monster, maybe throw in a Megazord from time to time, or do a whole nother line with nothing but Megazords. Think about a Dino Megazord in there, or a Dragon Zord in battle mode, or even other seasons. So in space, Lost Galaxy, as many Zords as they can in that scale so you can fight with the monsters. I think that would be amazing. I think Hasbro would kill it. Hopefully they will do that, because we don't have like articulated Megazords.
Right. And I was going to say that could all lead up to a possible, if that becomes successful and prominent, that could lead to a great HasLab, because we don't really see that with them right now. So
yeah, and they did release the Zap, the Zord Ascension Project Megazord. Most people seem to hate it. It is overpriced. It is, because $166. That's a lot of money, but I don't think it's as cheap feeling as everyone made it out to seem. But yes, it is expensive. Yes, it should be lower in price. So if you find a sale or get on clearance, jump on it, because you also don't have any other options in terms of Megazords right now. So it's either that or you pay $300, $400, $500 for a different Megazord.
There you go. So what about
think about that, right?
Yep. No, that's the debate. You wait on clearance, or you buy it right away, so in case it does flip for a cost. So yeah. Oh, what about Super 7?
For Super 7, they have, I mean, they can do all the different Rangers. They even in the panel, Kyle says they have a plan. They have it planned out through a wave 12 of Ultimates, and they've had a formula of 2 bad guys, 2 good guys, and a Zord. How many good guys they can do from there, I don't know yet, but there's some teases. I wouldn't be surprised to see like a Bulk and Skull from Super 7, and things like that. So I think Super 7 is going to give us a lot of deep cut stuff that we would never really think about, and that'll be really cool.
Great. And as a guest, our tradition here is we have to rate the conventions. So how many whiskey, tequila, whatever grade system you want to do with liquor, what would you give out of 5? And you can use 0.25, 0.5, 0. Whatever. Out of 5, how was your experience at Power Morphicon? Come on.
Man. People are gonna hate it. I'd probably say a 2 out of 5. It was cool meeting a couple of people. But again, since I'm not as connected with the Power Rangers community, and I wasn't about to drop $1,000 on photo ops and autographs and things like that, no. So two out of 5.
Hey, but I'm glad you went and you got to share that experience with us. Over on my end, it's a 5 out of 5 because otherwise we had nobody there. So you and Noah saved our behind. So
yeah, it's just seeing some of the actors from the seasons that I had watched 30 years ago was kind of cool, sure, but I just don't have that connection as much.
Yeah.
But I think anytime you could see any celebrity, it's always like, oh, look, there's a celebrity. There's another one. And it was literally booth after booth after booth of them. Yeah. So, but again, I wasn't paying for any autographs or photo ops.
Of course, but I gotta say, hey, despite the lack of connection, man, you brought the heat on this show, and I can't thank you enough, man. Let's share your socials. There it is. YouTube, go subscribe. He's got awesome reviews up there. I watched the last few, so go check it out. And he's just got some great Marvel Legends stuff right there. I mean, that's stuff that you guys are buying in the store or hoping to get, and they're just tremendous. And also, you can find MCU Collector right there on Instagram. So, anything else you want to add before we head out?
No, just thanks for having me. It was an experience to go to Power Morphicon. I don't know how often they do them. I think it's once or twice a year. But for those Power Rangers fans that love all the seasons and would love to meet the actors and stuff, I think it would be really great for them and an awesome experience. Just for me, it wasn't what I was hoping it would be.
Yeah. Oh, this was. So thanks so much, MCU Collector, and we'll hope to catch you on another one, man. This was great. Well, next time we'll talk something we both love. So we'll talk some Joes or something, right? So Marvel or something like that. But man, you have a great night, and thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you got it, dude. So for a Toy Kind of Mood, episode 89, Power Morphicon, Power Ranger Power Week. I'm Travis Moody, and we'll see you on the next one. And it's actually going to be Saturday, our 2-year anniversary. So stay tuned. It's going to be a live stream this Saturday. Should be 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Things change. We're all over the globe here. So who knows? But stay tuned. We'll also have episode 10 of Welcome to the Terradrome with Gridiron Studios. So we got a lot coming in. So hang out with us. Follow, like, subscribe. A Toy Kind of Mood. See you then in the toy aisle.